Hello, and welcome to another newsletter from Construction Programs and Results. I'm Michael Stone, and I will be sharing our newsletter with you. For those that have not purchased our new book, Estimating Construction Profitably, your copy is here in our office, waiting for your order. The book is about how to deal with things we don't see as we run our business. It's kind of like hindsight up front. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Let's get your order in today. And speaking of which, today's newsletter is a short tutorial on how to spot problems before they happen. What we don't see. I recently heard a speaker say that problems are often caused by the things we don't see. He was talking about our personal lives, but it certainly applies to construction as well. Example, the framing is almost finished on a new addition. You check with the job foreperson to make sure he scheduled the delivery of the windows Monday morning. He responds with, "Where are the windows now?" Where are they? The job foreperson was supposed to make sure the supplier had those windows in the warehouse ready to ship when you called. There are other variations of this scenario. The foreperson may say he wasn't told about the windows, or he didn't know it was his job to track them, or it wasn't his job to schedule delivery, or he's tried but the supplier isn't returning his phone calls. Example, you call your plumber or electrician to schedule the rough-in for the new addition. This isn't your first notice. You've called them before and or sent a written notice to schedule the start date, but now you hear, "I can't make that date. We got behind on another job." Or, "We have a big job that just came in and we can't afford to pass it up." Or, "We're really short on help right now. We can't start your job for at least another 2 weeks." Example, during your weekly inspection of jobs in progress, you realize that a new addition is falling behind schedule. When you ask the job foreperson why, he gives you any number of reasons. Weather slowed the job down, rain caused so much mud they can't get materials in, the drywall guy was 2 days late getting started, the drywaller only has one person on the job because they sent the rest of the crew to other jobs, the supplier can't get the roofing materials for another week, the concrete guy says it's raining too much to pour the patio slab, and so on and so on. These problems happen all the time in construction, and they're made worse when you don't see them coming. You can't stop all problems, but you can get ahead of them. And the way to do that is by using checklists. I talk about checklists throughout all three of our books, and after 60 plus years in this industry, I can't think of a single other item that would help you avoid or at least foresee these problems or the other day-to-day stuff that happens so frequently. You can't prevent all delays on jobs, but you can get an idea of what's coming at you by developing checklists for every job and reviewing them daily. In my opinion, every job needs at least a Gantt chart. It should be compiled and used on every job that is above a certain minimum size, either dollar amount or the number of projected days for that job. Gantt charts should be compiled by the salesperson for the job in collaboration with the production department, so everyone knows and agrees to the schedule, who does what, and when before the contract is signed. You should also have job checklists that pertain to each type of work, such as kitchen remodels, bathrooms, room additions, whole house remodels. If you're building new homes, you should have a checklist for each type of home you build. Wait, you say. We build custom homes. No one checklist would work for us. That's fine. Develop a checklist that covers all the details that need to be done pre-job start. Then make a checklist for in-house work, specialty work, suppliers, etc. With a little thought, you can create checklists for every type of construction you can think of, residential or commercial. Checklists have you look ahead by planning each job in detail. The more details you define with your checklist before the job starts, the fewer problems you'll have as the job progresses. Looking back at the examples, your job foreperson won't be surprised about a window delivery because a checklist would have notified them that it was their job to order the windows and schedule delivery and when. A checklist reminds you to call your subs 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and again the week before they're needed. Somewhere along the line, you'll pick up inklings if there is a problem brewing, and you can either adjust your schedule or warn them to meet your schedule or else. Whichever seems best. If they flake out altogether because of a larger job, you have a record of repeated reminders that you might encourage them to reconsider. With a checklist, your foreperson will know the day things start going wrong on the job so they can begin making adjustments. They can't change the weather, but they can attempt to minimize the disruption. You can always find a reason to not doing something. Not enough time, too much thinking involved, I want to go fishing, whatever. But at some point, you need to decide to do the hard things so you can run your business like a business and not a hobby. In construction, that means creating and using checklists for every job. That is what's needed if you want to make good money with fewer headaches. Go, my friends, develop a good checklist and run a profitable business. And thanks again for watching, and may the profits be with you.